Hi, Saran. Thanks for the update and information. It's really great to actually correspond with somebody who actually knows how to use that program. The last couple of folks that actually had questions on how to do that and whatnot had never really used SharePoint before, so it's really cool that uh, you're you already got the experience and know what you're doing. But I'll show you what I would suspect. Actually, I can pretty much guarantee I know where you're getting that message about a front page component. It's actually a throwback, and we use it as part of the include. And what will happen here is this little guy right here in the default page, at least in Expression Web, this is how it shows up. But if we actually preview this, I'm going to preview this page in a browser and do the view source, and I'll copy it into Sublime text editor. So we'll do view source, Control A, copy it. I'm going to throw it into Sublime, my favorite text editor. And give me a second here. Okay, so when you actually import this into SharePoint, what you'll probably see is something like this. You'll see the code here is actually rendered with an opening and closing WebBot tag, and that's where it's getting hung up. And this is, for example, everything within this full screen slider here, for example, right? All the code within this opening WebBot, and we scroll on down, and we're going to go through the script here, and there's going to be a closing WebBot down here, right? Everything in between that is what you'd want to put into your ASP include page. And then you simply get rid of these WebBots right here, and then insert your ASP include in place, right? So basically I get rid of that, and all this code right here. There it is right there. All that code within that FS slider background, for example, that was all the code that was inside the include. But the easier way to do it is actually just take a look at your library page and make an include for all the code in there, because the library page is already in there. So basically, you can just get rid of, go find where the WebBot starts and ends, just read what it is. Okay, so this is the library for the full screen slider.html. So replace this WebBot right here and everything in between it. So this opening and closing one here. Replace all this with an ASP include right down to this closing comment tag right down here, and get rid of it. Because what's happening is WebBot is triggering a front page thing. Now, funny enough, that particular include works for all versions of Microsoft Expression Web 4, 3.2.1, front page, SharePoint Designer 2007, all different versions of the HTML editors, but it shows up as a front page component, but it still works for all the other editors, so that we still keep it in use. And it's the only way we can use includes within the Microsoft program. SharePoint Designer, SharePoint Online community obviously has a different way of doing it with ASP includes, which is cool. But that's what I'm going to suggest. Basically, replace everything within that WebBot code with an ASP include, and then check out the WebBots. And there's quite a few of them. Anything that's a library item will be wrapped in a WebBot code. Sorry, a WebBot comment tag, opening and closing for each library or shared include item. And yank that out, you'll be good to go. We won't get that message anymore.